Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga, etc. I'm here today to bring you a news video on probably my most favorite subject if we are talking anime slash manga, and that is One Piece. So yeah, I was browsing through Anime News Network, the news site I get most of my information from, and I came across a very, at first anyway, it disappointed me, it vexed me, it even worried me a little bit. And this article goes as following. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it just so I get the words correctly. So it says one. This is the title of the article as well. One Piece creator, the end is near, but series. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So One Piece creator, the end is near, but series will be just over 100 volumes. I was like, what? No, 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 no. Like I said, I was worried. The one, I didn't even read the article yet. The first thing I did is check where are we now? What volume are we on now? We are currently on 91. So it says just over 100. So, no more. I was thinking 110, 110 volumes. That's what's just over for me. But if you look on it on another scale, you could probably reach that to 150. Regardless of all that, no. I'm going to read you a little bit of the article as well. One Piece manga creator Ichiro Oda revealed during his appearance in Fuji TV's Honoma Dekai, whatever that is, program on Wednesday that the ending of the manga is near and that the manga will have just over 100 volumes. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, that isn't that when I because at first I was worried and a little bit upset, but when you really deep that little piece of information, you gotta realize to yourself that that is BS. That is RBS. There is no way in hell that One Piece can end in less than, unless you really really watched it, and that'll just end up it being just rubbish. I don't know. It's just not. It's nowhere near ending. It can't be. There's too much more to happen if done correctly for it to be ending anytime soon. We have Vegapunk. We have the Void Century stuff. We have Shanks. We have Blackbeard. We have Raftel. We have the war that will come at the end of One Piece. There is way too much stuff for that to be ending anywhere soon. So I don't know. Oda must be on some trolling flex right now because there is no way. I mean, granted, I could be wrong. And, oh God, baby, damn. Oh my gosh, I would cry. I would cry. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I'm 95% sure I am not wrong. And it could be ending quickly. And the only reason why I think I have that 5% doubt is because ever since we found out that the last island on the Grand Line is not Raftel, and Raftel is hidden in a certain place, and you need the road poneglyphs, the 4 road poneglyphs, to find out exactly how to get to Raftel. I've been worried that One Piece is being rushed simply because we found out in the normal pirate's journey they will get to the last island on the Grand Line, find out the truth about the road poneglyphs, and then they'd have to go back to find the road poneglyphs. So ever since we found out that, I was thinking, okay, we might be rushing towards the end of One Piece simply because we're not going to have Luffy go to the last island. You get my point. And then that further left the imprint in me that we are rushing towards the end of the series when we also find out that each of the of the Yonko have a road poneglyph, so a road poneglyph. So that was making me thinking. That made me think at the time. Yes, I knew an engagement of the engagement with the Yonko and the Straw Hats had to happen at some time, but because they have a road poneglyph each, that Luffy had to pursue them. Because before we knew all of that, he didn't have to pursue them. That would have been like a choice of his or whatever, or just a bumping in the road, whatever. But when we found out that, okay, they had to, they had to pursue them because we know Luffy wants to become king of the pirates. So those two things made me think we was rushing towards the end piece, to the end of One Piece, and I kind of still feel that way. I'd have to wait until the whole series is complete to justify it if I still feel that way, that we rush towards the end. But yeah, this article is gotta be utter BS. But I would like to, all you One Piece fans out there, I'd like to know what you think. I personally, it did worry me at first, I'm not gonna lie, but when you have time to just think about it just a little bit, it makes no sense whatsoever for it to be finishing anytime soon. And I'm behind that completely. Because, like I said, all the things that I mentioned after, that still needs to happen. And that's just off the top of my head. If I had more time to think about it, I could probably think of a couple more things that need to be happened before we get to the end of One Piece. So I don't know why Oda's saying these things, but he said them. I think he's trolling. And just, yeah. Just to end off on a bit of a high note, also part of this article is a little bit about One Piece, the treasure itself, and I'm going to read it off. So it's got a cashier also asks Oda about the goal of the main characters in the story, the Titular One Piece treasure. A cashier asked if the treasure was family bonds, and I almost right. I never in a million trillion zillion years thought it was going to be family bonds. And the rest of the other's response to that, I totally agree with. If it ends up to be that, I would have felt hella cheated, and that would have just made actually, yeah, I just would have felt hella cheated, and based on something I heard earlier about how I don't know if you heard it. There's basically, long story short, a dying kid wanted to know what One Piece was, and apparently Oda went to the hospital, told him what it was before he died, and he was in tears, and he said that One Piece is beautiful. So ever since then, I was pretty much I didn't think it before, but that even furthered my opinion of One Piece not being the family bond thing. But let me read the response. Oda replied, "No, I hate that kind of thing." Oda elaborated, saying that that's like the ending of The Wizard of Oz, which I watched when I was a kid. Adventuring that long and having the adventure itself be the treasure, it is really dissatisfying. Damn right. Especially if it happened in One Piece, I'd be hella dissatisfied. Those kinds of stories are impossible. It feels like I've gone on this long adventure, so give me the treasure. Exactly. Luffy went on this adventure, give him the treasure. But yeah, that's the last thing I'm gonna say. So if anybody out there of you guys was doubting and thought One Piece was gonna be treasure or the adventure itself, that just confirmed that it's not. Unless Oda is trolling again. Now I'm only playing now. But I honestly think that bit of the article is golden. It's set in stone. But this whole thing of it finishing in just over 100 volumes, nah. I don't. He could be trolling with saying that, but I also think it's a thing where he doesn't realize right now how much story he's got to write. And a good example of this is the earlier stages of One Piece, where he thought the whole crew was going to be gathered before they entered the Grand Line. look how that turned out. Sometimes mangaka don't realize the depths of the stories that they're writing at the time, and I think this is a classic case of that. But yeah, that's everything I gotta say. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.